Tonight, relive a college comeback classic as Saquon Barkley and number 2 Penn State battled Urban Meyer's 6th-ranked Buckeyes in a much-hyped 2017 showdown between Big Ten favorites. Fox Sports presents the greatest games tonight at 8 Eastern on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. And stay tuned for that post-game interview. You might see a familiar face. That is one of my favorite games I've ever covered. But I do want to get to this, guys. According to multiple reports, there is now a rift between Jazz players Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell after Gobert was seemingly a little careless touching the microphone. We all saw the video before he realized he was infected with the coronavirus. But yesterday, Gobert said on Instagram Live that he and Donovan have spoken, and this report is really being blown up by the media. So, Shannon, your reaction to this?
Skip, for me, look, this water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Celsius. So if I put a pot of water on the stove, Skip, it's not going to boil. Something's going to have to transpire. For it to get to this, there had to be something underlying that brought this to the boil. Now, we don't know what it is, Skip, because at first, Rudy Gobert shot it down. And as more and more people started reporting, he finally came out and says, yeah, we're not perfect, but the same goal is in place. We want to win. Skip, for friends to get like, Skip, you can't go from 0 to 100. How do you go from this to that soon? Look, I get it. The guy was not taking this COVID-19 serious. He was joking around, yada, yada, yada. Okay, he gets you infected. Okay, I get that. But if a friend of mine, if me and friend, let's just say my best friend, Keith Burns, Daryl Bucket McCormick. Skip, they got the thing, we joking around, I get it. Skip, I'm not falling out with that. I'm not falling out over that. Skip, we've been friends if we boys like that. Now, if there's underlying tension, okay, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. But Skip, there's something more to it in a situation like this. You're never going to get equal value, but you're going to have to move one of them. If this report is true, and I don't have any reason to believe that it isn't, Skip, you're gonna have to move one of them. And you know what happens when you move a superstar? You never get value in return. And it's gonna almost cripple Utah, Skip, because unlike Stockton and Malone that stayed there the lion's share of their career, guys are not coming to Utah. One of their best players, Hayward, he left. So you're not gonna get the guys unless you hit on the draft. And they hit one with Donovan Mitchell. They hit that with Rudy Gobert. Skip, they're going to end up breaking this thing up.
I have no idea what you're talking about because Rudy Gobert was Defensive Player of the Year in 2018 and 2019. He's the most dominating defensive force in the league. And Donovan Mitchell broke through this past year that we're still in right now and made his first All-Star team. So they're not going to get rid of one or the other. Shannon, I've covered dozens of teams in which there were big fights between stars. How about the 95 Cowboys? I wrote a whole book about it, how they won in spite of themselves. So, again, I understand why Donovan was upset from the beginning because Rudy was so careless in his behavior. And that was before any of us really knew what was about to blindside us about just how contagious this virus is, 3 times more than the flu. And Rudy obviously was risking the lives of his teammates, starting with Donovan. But it sounds like they've at least come to coexist again because Rudy said they did speak and they did hash out their differences. There were differences, and I don't blame Donovan for being furious over this to start with because I would have been. But they've made peace with it. Everybody's okay. Everybody has survived it as far as we know. And from this point forward, I think they'll coexist and go forward. And I still think they're a very good team. And they were just starting to play like I thought the Jazz would play when this hit, starting with Rudy Gobert.
That's what Rudy Gobert said. Skip, you remember when that trade almost happened in New England where they was going to move on from Tom Brady and keep Jimmy Garoppolo and Mr. Kraft and Bill Belichick, and Tom Brady released that statement and everything was okay, right? That's what the statement said. Everything is okay. We going to continue to build this thing and yada, yada, yada. We're going to sing Kumbaya, eat marshmallows in the fire, and we're going to be good. We know that wasn't the case. Skip, I believe this was maybe, as they say, Skip, the straw that broke the proverbial camel's back. But there was something that was building to this crescendo. Skip, you don't go from 0 to 100. You just don't put that pot on the stove and the water starts to boil. Something has to occur. Something led to this pot to start boiling. We're going to find out. I believe if this is what true, Skip, somebody's going to leave. Skip, you believe they're going to give a Rudy Gobert? Because he's in line for a super max contract. Super max. You're not paying that guy that can't shoot threes $250 million over 5 years. Watch what I tell you now. Remember, you heard it. They're going to move Rudy Gobert.
Boy, I hope so. I hope my Spurs get him because he's only 27 years of age, and we need somebody who can defend the rim. So I'll take that, but I do not see that happening.
Okay.
We'll just have to wait and see. All right, guys, we started the show talking about horse, and that's how we're going to end it. Can LeBron be the GOAT if he lost a game of horse to a non-NBA player? We discuss next.